Another highly questionable week. Bomani Jones, his last day with us, but he'll be back. The key's under the mat. We hope he'll be back. Bomani, what's on the show today that you like?
Two stories from Thursday Night Football. Ain't either one of them good news.
Dale, papi.
Could Richard Sherman's torn Achilles be the catalyst for the NFL to get rid of Thursday Night Football?
The language from players after these games, winners and losers, very strong that Thursday Night Football is either unethical, immoral, or, in the words of Doug Baldwin last night, illegal is what he called Thursday Night Football. Yesterday, you get a catastrophic injury for that team on this play here, and I don't know whether this was Thursday Night Football. This could have probably happened at practice, but Bomani, unless they collectively bargain something else where the players aren't getting some of the money for this, they can only complain so much. They need to give up. Everybody involved needs to give up this game in order for nobody to make money from it.
Yeah, well, the other part is there's no way you would be able to show definitively that what did Richard Sherman in was the fact that he played this second game in 4 days. Even if you did have that definitively, however, that does not mean that they are going to get rid of this Thursday Night Football. They ain't changing nothing in the NFL because somebody gets hurt. At least not because no damn defensive back gets hurt. Now, Tom Brady come out there and get hurt. We start changing some rules. Like, maybe something might go down under those circumstances. But the NFL made peace a long time ago. We'll trade this money for those guys' bodies 7 times out of 7.
He's so right about this. The day Thursday Night Football ends will be the day Tom Brady is hurt on Thursday Night Football.
Who is at fault for how Russell Wilson concussion test went down? The doctors, the coaches, or Russell Wilson?
All right, let's go ahead and check this out here. Russell Wilson last night in this Thursday Night Football game that I hope you didn't watch. Carlos Dansby hits him right there in the chin. The official decided that he needed to go get checked out. There he is in the tent. Okay, there he is out of the tent. He decided he's coming back. He comes in, plays a little bit, comes back on the sideline, appears to have some sort of evaluation, then winds up back on the field. Here's the thing. This whole protocol is supposed to put it on the doctors because the coaches can't be trusted and the players cannot be trusted. Letting him go in the tent and then run out, the doctors are the only people I think you really blame in that circumstance.
The league is investigating this, and it felt like in that situation, everyone realized on the Seattle sideline that Austin Davis was the backup, and you can't have him in the game. What I do find interesting about this, though, is all of the pressure from all the angles on the doctors, on Russell Wilson, even by Russell Wilson, is to get him back on the field. You know who actually feels the most pressure in these situations? Myles Garrett, when he self-proclaims that he has a concussion, and then everyone falls on him with how soft are you? Do you actually care? Because he says, hey, I need these tests, my brain comes first.
Here's something you also have to remember. Remember that game of the playoffs where Jamal Charles got what they thought was a concussion playing for the Chiefs, and then they pulled him out of the game, and it turned out that he did not, in fact, have a concussion? Russell Wilson clearly did not think that he had a concussion. This is never going to be as simple as people want it to be. That's why you get doctors, because they're supposed to be the ones to make the hard decisions.
He didn't look concussed in the fourth quarter.
Oh, that one play. Throw it to video.
That's right.
Yeah, this play.
It better be good, because you couldn't possibly look good in that jersey.
Yeah, this is what he does.
Oh.
Yeah, that's Fran Tarkington stuff.
Ooh.
And then, of course.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
A completion.
2nd and 21. That is not good if you are Arizona. That's, woo.
By the way, have we gotten to the part where we talk about Russell Wilson and that water he says he's got for concussions? Have we gotten to that part yet?
Oh, the vitamin water that cures concussions. How did we get through this whole story without mentioning that?
That's what I'm here for, buddy. That's what I'm here for.
Is there a real chance Jerry Jones could block Fidel Godel's new deal?
I mean, don't make it about these people. Just make it in a vacuum. I tell you, the most powerful owner in a sport wants to make something happen. Is there any chance that he can make it happen? Yeah, there's a chance that he can make it happen. He's been willing to make this entire mess, to bring in lawyers, to bring this public shame out into the public. If Jerry Jones is trying to do this, how can you say he doesn't have a chance to do it?
I mean, and he's going forward with this now because he's saying that he feels as though Arthur Blank, the head of the compensation committee, misled him. He's calling out names all over the place on this. Here's the thing. I don't think that he can block the deal because there is a one-man, one-vote thing with those owners, and there's enough of them that Roger Goodell still has. He still has enough power for allies. The issue is, even if Jerry doesn't block the deal, Roger Goodell is signing up for a new deal for Jerry Jones to be off in his keister every single day. You think this is going to stop just because the dude gets an extension? How much stress is Roger Goodell willing to put up with, and how far will Jerry Jones go before he has something going on with the rest of the owners where they're trying to figure out how to shut him down?
I just hope that at the end of all this deal, Jerry Jones becomes the commissioner. That's all.
Would you like to see that? I would kind of enjoy that. It'd be reckless and sloppy, but nobody would care about public relations at the NFL.
And his first rule, the Super Bowl is the Cowboys versus somebody.
Second rule, I want all the Johnny Walker Blue.
Is Ben Simmons right that college basketball is a waste of time for top prospects?
All right, that is Ben Simmons, who, for what it's worth, did waste a year at LSU, not winning any games, and apparently not being very happy and not really going to class that much, from what I could tell. Anyway, here he is on the Uninterrupted podcast with Maverick Carter.
If I was as talented as you, would I see a point in that 6 or 7 months of being there?
And I think no. I think I would have learned a lot more being around professional athletes. Looking at it now, I don't even really know what I learned financially or just being a person at LSU. I think I've learned a lot more with this whole year being a Philly and being a pro than I did at LSU.
Here's the thing. Before Ben Simmons went to LSU, we figured he would be the #1 pick in the draft. He went to LSU. He was the #1 pick in the draft. Like, what exactly did he have to gain from this? Emmanuel Mudiay went and played in China for a year, still wound up going about in the lottery where he probably would have had he gone to SMU. Really, if you are not into the rah-rah, sis-boom-bah of college sports, tell me what exactly it is that you gain from it other than somewhere to hang out while you grow up a little bit.
Some people would argue on behalf of a year of education that he may or may not have wanted to partake in. But Simmons is actually right about everything that he's saying there, because if you want to learn the business of the NBA and you're as great as he is, what's the point of going to a team at LSU that was terrible, didn't get to the NCAA tournament? Sounds like it was all a suffering. Can I see that video again real quick? I want to see, can you freeze it on the size of his feet? Because is anyone else marveling at the idea that a point guard in this league would have sneakers this size? Never mind anything else. Never mind anything else we were talking about. Are you not at all, does that not strike you as enormous feet for a man that size at that position?
It's our big feet. I hadn't really thought of it in the context of being a point guard necessarily, but there's Ben Simmons, the biggest footest point guard in the history of the league.
Well, maybe he didn't get pay enough at LSU. Maybe he should have gone to Kentucky.
On the real, though, I hope he did not take a dime less than he had to go to LSU.
I mean, how many apologies are we going to make to Kentucky?
Listen, I have to apologize to the University of Kentucky because I have no evidence that they paid anybody, really, or where they pay more or less than what LSU was paying. You know what I mean?
He doesn't have any facts.
I've got no evidence of that.
He doesn't know. It might be less. It might be more.
I mean, LSU would have to pay more, right?
That wasn't much of an apology.
Will the U be officially back if they beat Notre Dame this weekend?
Oh, he is throwing up the U like Donna Shalala used to do in them commercials when Miami wasn't very good at football. Notre Dame, Miami, #3 versus #7. The stadium will be rocking because Miami does big events, and this is a big event. But no, the U is not back just because of this. This is not the U we have now. This is Miami. Yes, they have the gaudy chain on the sideline, everything else, but the U was something different. The U was them 2 dudes that we had up in here yesterday, and even then was like lowercase u versus the U that you went to college with. Like, I can't name anybody on this Miami team. They'll be back when they go back to getting it back.
You've got a situation, it's the biggest game in Miami's program in 15 years. Notre Dame has been pretty irrelevant for a while, too. Now, this team isn't as good as its record would suggest. They've beaten a lot of teams by a very small margin, and now they're going up against the best offensive line I've seen in the sport this year. They could even win this game and lose at Virginia the week after next. They are not an elite power yet, but they're on their way to becoming that.
Boy, that Notre Dame coach is really going to get mad if he loses that game. His face is going to get so red.
Red, nuclear shade of red.
Can you imagine #3 against #8 and then get beaten by #8? Well, I'm telling you, wrong rookie, point guard.
We're talking a lot about ball. We're not talking a lot about Fox. You got Sacramento and 76ers here. What do you got at the end of this game? A lot of young people on the court here.
Fox lit Lonzo Ball up twice last year, don't forget.
Confident game winner, 14 seconds left in the game. The mid-range jumper. That's not a shot Lonzo Ball has made this entire season, not one time.
By the way, NBA, I don't appreciate what you just did right there. What did you do? You just gave me another one. The Kings have won 2 games in a row. They just won that one from the Sixers. I don't need another team that has 10:30 tip-offs that I'll be watching on the League Pass. Like, there are legitimately like 25 teams worth watching in the NBA right now. And we got jobs we got to go to in the mornings.
Well, I knew that the Kings were going to surprise everybody this year. I'm telling you
finally.
something. They're on a roll now. They have won 2 straight back-to-back wins. I'm telling you, the sky's the limit with them. You know, they got what it takes now. They got this kid Fox and nobody talk about it, and now he's the real deal.
He was fascinated by the Kings like 4 years ago. He can't let it go.
Ring, ring,
Really
ring.
very happy when it's the ring.
Hello?
See a smile on his face.
It's Lonzo. It's Lonzo ball. What? You want us to take a look at the 3-point shooting of Fox? Yeah? His stats?
Okay.
He's what? 19%? That's all?
Wow,
You
okay.
sure?
Okay.
Look them over.
Okay,
Once in a
thank
while,
you.
he makes a 3-point shot. What can I tell you
All
about
right, hang up on him. Wow, it seems petty.
Do you question whether the goalkeeper is off the hook?
Oh, we don't put goalkeepers off the hook. We put them on the hook.
Oh, I thought you meant like off the hook.
We go out to women's soccer. We've got the yellow team is down here. Yellow is down and on offense.
Whoa.
Oh!
Wow.
Oh my gosh. What amazing synchronicity and incompetence.
And that was also off the hook.
Oh my gosh.
Hey,
How does that
that
happen?
second one from the back, was she shaving points? Like when you get right to the end and she pushes the other one down. I mean, I'm not saying she was shaving points like in a gambling way. It's possible she's just a hater.
Up. She was pushing because she was trying to
Look
stay
at that
up.
again. Look at that again. She didn't have no problem staying up when she thought she was going to be the one to kick the ball.
Look.
Right? Come on now. I mean, don't get me wrong. The other one got greedy, too. You know, they look like they need to have a players-only meeting after the game. They got some things to iron out.
That was pretty bad, but I have seen worse. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
I mean, this was worse. There it is.
He did take an injury. They're your mans.
This guy, I love the close-up. This is great film work. The close-up on confused bearded guy in right corner.
It's also the least picturesque field of sport in the world.
Ever. So depressing.
Do you question whether this will get you excited about Chinese basketball?
All right, Chinese basketball. One of these teams has Stephon Marbury, local legend in China. The other team has Jimmer Fredette. What do we have? Fredette a star over there, too. Now, look at that. Okay, foul by Stephon Marbury. Oh, Jimmer.
Oh!
That's right, kids. You live long enough for a heated encounter between Stephon Marbury and the Jimmer, who apparently purchased his jersey in 1992.
I can't believe this, though, Bomani. This is,
That was a hard foul.
how old is Marbury? 40?
I mean, not far from it. Wow, that happened. Like, I mean, I don't even feel like we need to say anything about it. You got to see that. Stephon Marbury and Jimmer Fredette almost got in a fight.
I'm sorry that I just stood there, paid as an analyst, with my mouth hanging open and gave you nothing in the way of commentary.
I mean, you had to come to grips with the fact that they were on the same floor in 2017.
I was very confused by everything that I just saw.
They didn't even call it foul.
Hey,
you
man,
know?
they got a statue to Stephon Marbury in China. There's a play about his life. Ain't no fouls on Stephon Marbury. I mean, that's way beyond simply being a superstar.
I mean, he's an international icon.
Got you open. Now you're floating. So you got to dance for me. Don't need no hater shun, holler shun in this dancery. Let's get it percolating like you're waiting. So you just dance for me. It's broadcast from the Clevelander Hotel on beautiful South Beach, Miami. Time to play the game that doesn't want to say goodbye again.
Oh, that's nice.
See? Oh no?
You tell us what's on television tonight. We'll tell you if we're intrigued.
I kind of held on for a little while.
Saturday on Fox, number 6 TCU and number 5 Oklahoma.
A lot of good college football this weekend. Was talking to Reese Davis about this on the radio. I said the most overwhelming thing I've seen in the sport so far this year, Notre Dame offensive line. He says, nope, this guy, Baker Mayfield, is the best that he's seen doing anything in college sports. What do we have in the last game?
23.
This man played when he scored.
Mayfield.
7 million
Winds up,
passing yards.
down the field. Hollywood! Touchdown!
August
Sooners, 77 yards. Who is this kid? Where'd he come from?
He
was a junior college transfer from the College of the Canyons. That's where he came from.
Bomani, are you intrigued? Texas fan Bomani.
I mean, I got a roof. I don't. They can't both lose. Like, that's not an option. There's no way that they can both lose.
Poppy, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. Listen, after looking at that play, that guy looked very impressive. I might give him my Heisman vote. How about you, Dan? Are you going to give him
He's doing it to you,
your
Dan
Heisman
Bomani.
vote? Huh?
I mean, he looks like a Heisman contender. My father and I both have Heisman votes. Only one person at this table
How
doesn't
about
have
you, boy? No?
Bobby, that's
They still haven't taken this back. Like, I figured out when the world found out you had a Heisman vote, they would take it back out of some level of
we
shame.
just got the renewal email last week. No, Poppy, you're voting again this year? Yeah.
Renewal, right? Like, do you have to like put in some kind of application, take some kind of test, or is it just how they keep giving them licenses too?
You can buy mine.
My father will sell it to you.
No, there's only one person here at this table who sells Hall of Fame votes.
I was invited to the second annual Deadspin dinner at the end of this month. I don't think I can do that.
Tonight on ESPN and in Shanghai, Georgia Tech and number 21 UCLA.
No, the Shoplifting Bowl. UCLA is playing in this game despite the controversy. Don't steal things in China, kids. Let's look at a preview here of UCLA basketball. Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
This isn't nice. I made the shoplifting joke, and now we're just going to show some shoplifting. Yeah! Woo! See, the ball kid wouldn't have gotten in trouble if he had done it that way. Bomani, are you intrigued?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of rooting for her, right? Like, the fact that she tried to pull that off and got as far as she did, once she got out the door, I'm wishing you the best.
Poppy, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. I hope that those kids, they learn a lesson when they watch that video, you know. That's the way you got to do it if you're going to do it again, you know. You got to go. That's right. Don't get caught and wear something big so you can put your stuff under it, you know. That's the way to do it.
There you go,
That's the way
kids.
you fool the Chinese authorities, believe me.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I'm telling you one thing, you know. That's the way you got to do it.
Yeah, next time you steal in China, kids, wear skirts.
Tonight on Animal Planet, Tanked.
Dwight Howard has a new tank. Poppy, who does Dwight Howard now play for? Do you know off the top of your head?
Yeah, he plays for the Hawks, doesn't he? The Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah, we'll talk about that
That's
later.
okay. Let's check in with Dwight Howard's Snakes in Charlotte, his tank.
The tank in the center is a custom freshwater tank. It's 150 gallons. This is the mansion. The mansion has actually two very large snake cages. We wanted to put your logo on it. It has multiple purposes. It's also ventilation for the snakes. We put the water on the bottom so they can go inside there and swim.
We worked with Serpentine Obsessions. These have heat. They also have LED lighting built into them, ventilation. They have everything that your snakes are going to need.
This is definitely a big upgrade.
Moving on up. Okay. My snakes are actually saying right now, thank you, Wade and Brett. We appreciate you guys.
It's very nice. I'm not going to hate on him. I just can't imagine him feeding them every day, being responsible about going there and feeding them every day. Bomani, are you intrigued?
I feel so old. Back when I was young, they would take that tank of snakes right there, and then they put it in the back of his 64 Impala, and they would call it Pimp My Ride.
Shaq had a fish tank in the back of his car. Poppy, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. You know the name of those snakes, don't you?
Oh, here we go.
That's right. You know the name of those snakes.
Of course.
LeBron and Wade. That's
right.
it.
LeBron
they
and
found
Wade.
a nice home. That's right.
That's right.
All the goodies.
Yeah,
Yes.
what do you call LeBron and Wade?
The Snake Brothers, Poppy. The Snake Brothers. There it is. Oh, look at this. Take a breath, Poppy. Look out! Look out! Look out!
That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for watching.
Our thanks to Bomani Jones for gracing us with his presence for another week. We'll talk to you on Monday.
Gracias.